In today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to survive any fall as a solo player. Only here in PUBG Mobile Theory. Cuckoo everyone, as always this is your host GB and I hope you're having an amazing day. I just want to say really quick, thank you so much for the amazing support on the last video, almost 200,000 views. You are a freaking legend. Every like, share, comment, view, everything helps to keep making these videos. But now it's my turn to make my part. I read your comments and a lot of you were asking, how can I do this if my teammates die or if I'm playing solo? Don't worry, I got your back because this one is really easy. But first of all, credits go to Phoenix. She discovered this trick. I never expected to say this, to be honest. Thank you. Long story short, we were completing Royal Pass missions in Miramar. She fell by accident. She didn't take damage. I thought it was a glitch, but then she replicated 2 or 3 times in a row. And then I just said this is a job for PUBG Mobile Theory. So here we are. So for this experiment, we're going to need a professional test subject and a vehicle. It doesn't matter which one because in theory, this should be working with all of them. And to understand better this trick, we need to go back to our first video. Pay close attention to this exact moment. You will notice an invisible wall between the helmet and your feet. This invisible wall is the reason why you're surviving because it's protecting you from fall damage. I always notice this invisible wall in vehicles but never really pay attention and never connect the invisible wall with fall damage. Until we discovered this with Phoenix in Miramar. Pretty much because we were bored and no one came to Los Leones. For example, here it looks like if I was floating. So now that we know that theory, it's time to do the experiments. So we went to one of our favorite places to jump and we decided to try it first with Audacia by jumping, and of course it was not going to work. And that's because in this type of videos we need to try and try again, and we're going to fail and fail and fail until we master the technique. So for my second try, I'm going to succeed. I was really happy, but I didn't think this was enough. I wanted to make this as easy as possible for all of you. So the secret here is that you want to find a perfect spot in the vehicle where the invisible wall is located and it will stop your fall. So for the last try, I realized that jumping was making things way too complicated. It's harder to control and to replicate every jump. So instead of that, I just decided to press the sprint button and let it go. But don't go anywhere because this is just the first part of this trick. If you're smart, you probably already figured this out. The second part of this trick is that you need to know the exact position where you need to place the vehicle. This might sound a little bit difficult because you need to do a lot of trial and error, but once you find out where to park your Dacia, your Jeep, your Buggy, you don't need to worry about anything else, and this can be really helpful, especially if the blue zone is coming or if you need to run away as fast as possible without losing any damage. So for example, here you can just park your Dacia in front of the tree. Try it out, I totally recommend it, it's really fun. So we found that the invisible wall is located on the side of the Dacia, but that doesn't mean it's the only place where you can try this trick. So for example, if you think landing on the windshield is easier, try it, it can work. You can also find an invisible wall here. Now that we are done with the Dacia, it's time to try the Buggy. For this one you can land on top of it, although I would recommend you go for the edge of the wheel. I really think it's easier and it should be working like 90% of the times. And once you understand all this, you pretty much know a trick, a secret, a pro tip not a lot of players know about. So don't forget to share this video if you learned something new. Don't be greedy, be nice, help me out. You have no idea how everyone tells me I'm underrated. Share this video just once, don't be a 9-year-old. And thank you so much for your help. Anyways, once we're done with the Buggy, time to repeat the same process but now with a Jeep. As you can see, we have the same result, same technique, same position, same distance. Once you discover the secret place, everything else is going to work automatically. Just take into account that the smaller the vehicle is, the harder it's going to land on the perfect spot. For example, with the bike, yes, it's possible, but it's going to take a lot of tries. In my opinion, you should not risk it and go for a safer option. And just to have a 100% completion, let me show you really quick that a 3-wheeler is no exception. This will also work. But beware, as I mentioned before, it's going to be tricky. Honestly, I don't recommend you try this with a 3-wheeler. It's way too risky and you're going to fail a lot. So now that we finished the tutorial, it's time to take some bigger risks, and the best place to start is melee base. So we're going to be doing this only with the Dacia and the Jeep. Here's an example of what I told you before, that you can land on the windshield and it will also work. Sometimes it will show that you will get hurt, but believe me, it's not a big deal and you will still survive. Now let's try this really quick with a Jeep. Same example, I didn't lose damage, and even if I do, it's not going to be a lot, so it's totally worth it. Again, landing on the side of the vehicle is your best bet, to be honest, but if you think it's easier to land on top, you can still try it, it should work. By the top, I mean this exact place, so just take that into account and be really careful. In the end, I totally recommend it, it's really fun to do, and you will be amazed of the things that you can discover. But don't worry, I know what you're thinking and I know you like it.
Spicy.
This is not a PUBG Mobile video if we don't go the extra mile. And here we are, the tallest building in Miramar. GG boys, just like that, we made it. Easy peasy. I'm going to do this again because I don't want you to think this was pure luck. There you go, and at this point, I think we're pretty much done with this theory. I don't think we're missing anything else or something important.
But GV, you haven't jumped from the tallest building in PUBG Mobile.
Yeah, but it's the same mechanic. I mean, you get a point, no? Okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Just chill. Breathe deeply. To be honest, I don't think there's a lot of people interested in watching that. Why do I need to read the comments? Why? So now you're telling me I need to spend more hours to master the perfect jump? We need to locate a vehicle, we need to place it in the perfect spot, and that person is to survive the living hell that you can find in Cosmodrome? I'm so proud of my test subjects, they know how to land. And after that we only have one chance, one opportunity, one jump to make it right. And we're going to fail. And fail. And keep failing. Every single time. So I'm going to go back down, try to understand what the problem is, and to be completely honest, I have no idea. I wanted to quit so bad until this happened. There's still a chance, there is hope. This is my moment, I can do this. Close your eyes, leap of faith, and let's go.
Just do it!
And it's time to rage quit. I'm really sorry, I really wanted to do this for you, but we've been trying this for hours and sometimes you need to know when to throw the towel. I'm always going the extra mile, breaking new limits, original content, MYTHBUSTERS, theory, loot review, but sometimes it's not going to be possible. in the end, you either die a noob or survive the highest fall to see yourself be called a hack. I really hope you enjoyed this video. My god, that took some time, but I'm really glad we made it. As always, if you learned something new today, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will snap you soon. Tschüss.